Hello, everyone. Today's story is about the time I got too cocky and dove into the dark side of the occult rather than sticking to basic light work that I am used to doing. So typically I will, when I meditate, if I wish to speak with anything, I first set it as my intuition to make contact with something. And typically I'll see fish or I'll see landscapes or other tools and weapons from old ancient times, and that's cool. But this day I saw, most people would say it resembles the devil. An elk skull within my vision. Although I was scared of it. I had been practicing protection spells and all that, so I had gotten a little cocky with it, and I basically told it it could live around us and stuff as long as it didn't harm anyone. You never want to do that, and if you're able to make contact with anything, you never want to actually invite it in. You just want to observe at most. And even then, the saying is curiosity killed the cat. When I had said this to this being, I had gotten a bunch of visions, almost like flashbacks, where I had just seen people being torn apart, gruesomely and vilely, in disgusting, horrible ways. And after that, I knew I kind of fucked up. But I didn't notice anything besides the air was heavy for weeks on end after that. Following up to that, though, I started seeing something on the corner of my eye throughout the weeks, and it would only be around when I was super irritated, almost like I wasn't in control of myself, when I was in a really bad fit of rage. It almost looked like a gargoyle, but it had no mouth, no ears, no wings, so it didn't really resemble a gargoyle, but it sat just like one, and it would always be the top of our stairs, just like this. But I would see this thing in multiple places of our house, and I'd see it when I was on walks. It's anytime I was in a mood where I felt like I was ready to fucking end someone, I would see this thing around me, and I could not tell what it was whatsoever. It resembled basically what I'm showing here, except that the eyes were more like buttons in the real version. He didn't really have eyes, I guess, and the mouth was complete slits, which you can't really make out here. It was just 3 slits going down, and I don't. Every time I saw this thing, I would just freeze, and it struck this eerie you don't know what it's gonna do. I guess it's almost intimidating just looking at it sometimes. But it got so bad to the point where it was taking a mental toll on me. I would see this thing when I was sleeping, when I was closing my eyes, randomly just closing my eyes, I'd see its face. It was so bad, and so I had told my mom if we could sage the house again, because whenever we have bad omens and stuff around, we sage the house. And the minute we did, this creature was gone. That's the end of the story, but I want to touch up a little more on it. I looked up around the time what it could have been, and I didn't get any definitive answer, but there were a lot of Asian folklore and myths and stuff that resembled it a lot. So I'm open to the possibility that anything is possible. So I just thought this was an interesting story, and I wanted to share it. Next up, we might be touching on manifestation. I'm not sure.